The 2K Game Show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, in case you've been under a rock, they've continued their double-digit winning streak with no signs of slowing. A scary, tough team, and they're in full swing. Guys, how about Dirk Nowitzki? He showed he can still dial it back a little and still be one of the biggest offensive threats in the game. How long can this keep going on, Shaq?
Well, whatever he's drinking, I want to get a brewery of that. He can play at a very high level for at least a couple more years, and he can do it into his mid-40s.
Wow,
mid-40s?
I don't know.
I'm jealous.
Mid-40s, wow.
He looks good out there.
But I don't think Dirk's the kind of guy who's worried about records, so I think he'll just consider leaving when it's time and when he feels good, but he's going to set a lot of records anyway.
Well, he already passed me up.
Yeah, well put. And now we send you over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. The Mavericks looking for a strong start to this road trip. And, of course, Jordan Hill. And we've been keeping an eye on him. This is the time he's going through now with that new adjustment phase with his new team.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
We're at the point of the year now where nicks and cuts and bruises, they all begin to accumulate. Depth is such an important thing for teams, isn't it?
I think it's hard to win in the NBA without some measure of depth. You think over 82 games, inevitably somebody's going to be nicked up to the point where playing effectively is going to be a problem. I don't think, Kevin, in this day and age, and Golden State's a perfect example how crucial depth is to winning.
And for a coaching staff to sell the fact that, hey, your chance is right around the corner.
And I think that's one thing that surprises me is how an NBA player could not play for maybe 2 months, but they keep themselves, because of their level of professionalism, they keep themselves always ready.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Wow. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. A starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Williams runs point with Matthews to his side. Nowitzki is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogut in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Barnes, following the miss by Prez. No good there with the step-back J. Jackson passes to Harris. Jackson kicks to Prez. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And you got to admire the attitude of Prez, staying with his shot despite the D being all over.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Rick Carlisle.
Well, Kevin, he expects their interior defense to be airtight. He said rim protection is something we really do well. Our ability to contest shots allows us to become more aggressive on the perimeter. Makes it a win-win. We'll see if all of that holds up for them tonight. Back to you.
All right, David. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, I think for a team that has the ability to control a game with its defense, that's where I would expect the focus to be.
Yeah, I think you always want to balance, if you can get it, on both sides of the basketball, but their defense can really set the tone for how they want this game to be played. 1 for 4 right now, a little sluggish coming out of the gate.
Outside Jackson. On the wing, Harris. From beyond the arc, Barnes grabs the miss. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. He feeds it to Bogut. And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. 8 feet away. Oh, that's blocked.
And you gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
That one falls.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harris against Barnes. Here's Bogut. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Drummond. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And stolen by Barnes. Over in the corner, Williams. Offensive rebound. Bogut kicks to Williams. Nowitzki a screen. And Matthews now, top of the key. That's a 2 from Barnes. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. And Dallas coach Rick Carlisle signed a 5-year extension last season. The Mavericks said they want him to be at the helm for as long, Doris, as he wants to be there.
Well, Kevin, he becomes the 3rd longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra. And the Mavs see him as a top 3 coach in the league. You'd be hard-pressed to argue with them.
It's good.
And Perez is all hustle, throwing himself on the offensive glass and then coming away with an important second chance opportunity.
Now here's Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nowitzki a screen. And Williams, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Williams.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Prez with the ball. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Milwaukee.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Barnes screen on Harris. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. The 3. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
He hasn't gotten many to go this quarter, but he's still trying to find that consistency.
Bucket is good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And despite
Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there. They will keep feeding him on the...
they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Johnson comes in for Harris. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for Bogut. Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Harris is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams.
You love how Powell goes to work on the block, muscles his way to establish himself and deliver.
Smith kicks to Caldwell Pope. They set the pick. Here's Hill. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
Doris, being able to create in half-court sets is something that doesn't come easy in the NBA. Just how valuable do you think it is to have a strong half-court offense?
Well, you think about the most important time of the year in the NBA, Kevin, and that's the playoffs. And what happens in the playoffs, the game slows down. It becomes a slog fest. And so execution is crucial. The habits you build over the course of the regular season, you know, obviously you can get in transition and you hope to generate easy buckets, but the reality is NBA schemes are so good, you better be able to execute in half court.
And everybody knows what you're running, but you're right, execution becomes the key.
To me, it's like the trap in football, right? If you block these 2 guys, you are going to pick up 2 or 3 yards. And as good as the defenses and schemes are in the NBA, we're talking about the best players in the world. You set a good screen in a pick-and-roll situation, and Chris Paul is coming off, guess what? Something good's going to happen.
Only Doris Burke is going to bring up football and basketball in the same answer. I love this. Great analogy. Here's Powell after Jordan Hill's bucket. And here's Barea outside. Rebound Hill. 1:46 left in the first quarter of the game. Smith dishes to Prez. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Prez. Back to Caldwell Pope. Prez with the ball. Powell on him. Good work there as it goes. Prez has got 6.
And really can't fault the D there. Prez just torching them with better offense.
Barea, the pass to Barnes. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And you think back to 2011, the Mavericks win the title, but they let a lot of those players go to free up cap space and pursue bigger names. In hindsight, Norris, do you think that was a mistake?
Well, it's a difficult thing when you know a player is on the back 9 of their career, and they might have held on to Tyson Chandler.
Detroit ends up going with the new group, and the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Measuring. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Wesley Matthews checked in for Barnes. And Darren Williams is subbed in for J.J. Barea. On the floor for Dallas. Matthews out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Harris. Then it's Williams. And it's Bogut in at the center, filling out the middle. Jackson against Williams. Jackson kicks to Prez. Pass to Drummond. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Andrew Bogut. For Detroit, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
That one misses. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And finished off by Bogut.
And nobody puts a body on Bogut, and then he makes them pay the price.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Bucks was tremendous. He finished with 30 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Great job, Dave. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, we know by himself he can win a game for you. He has that kind of talent when he's at full capacity, and right now he couldn't be hotter.
Shots good by Williams.
You know, this guy's smart enough to know if rim protection may be waiting for him, so Darren gets to that in-between game.
Jackson dishes to Prez. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Prez. Tries it from 19. And that one is off. And it's Dallas the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game, because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, and you love how both teams gave it everything they had through the end of regulation. But in OT, only one side had something in the tank.
And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Williams kicks to Nowitzki. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. And Darren Williams once in the conversation for the best point guards in the NBA. Doris, unfortunately, injuries have been a constant concern with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost some of that quickness that made that crossover so deadly. And he doesn't live in the lane punishing people with his frame like he did early, but he's still a master in the pick and roll. And when he's right, he can contribute at a very high level.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
For Detroit, they've gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Kicks to Drummond. It's stolen by Bogut. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That's his first foul. Bielitsa, he checks in for the Pistons. The Pistons trailing. Relpo passes to Prez. It's tipped. Now here's Matthews. He's guarded closely.
If Matthews is sprinting to the cup, he's looking to dunk it with authority. Incredible athlete.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Here's Bielitz. He's covered by Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Prez. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got his 4th rebound in this one. Harris dishes to Williams. Nowitzki right side. Harris outside. Back to Nowitzki. And it's blocked. And Nowitzki is still elite offensively. Defensively, Doris, how's he holding up?
Well, he was never the most athletic guy, that's for sure, and he certainly lost some mobility. But this guy is a smart team defender, and the Mavs will do as much as possible to mask any weaknesses he has so that they can get what they need on the offensive end.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Hill, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Ish Smith in for Jackson. And they get it. Bielitsa with the bucket. Bielitsa's got himself on the board with 3 there. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Correa kicks to Williams. The dish now to Barnes. 1:39 left in the first half. And the shot goes in. 12 points for Nowitzki.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Bielitsa kicks to Hill. Pistons passing it around. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He's off on the first. And the Pistons making a change here. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Mavericks ahead as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Again, a big scoring performance for you in the first half. Is starting strong been an emphasis for you?
Oh, absolutely, man. Not just for me, but for the whole team, you know. We know that you can gain a mental edge in the first stretches of the game. So we've been focused on, coming out of the gate strong, and I think it worked for us.
Definitely on top tonight. Thanks for your time, man.
All right, man.
All right, back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. Hey, if we let up on D even a little, it's enough to get their guy going. His post-up game is the best option they have going right now. I want us to front him on the block, put some pressure on that entry pass, and force them to swing the ball around. We can still win this game. Defense, fellas. Let's go.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
Well, he's given us every reason to anticipate big scoring outbursts, and tonight, no exception.
Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Prez out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And so many different personalities in the NBA, Doris. You've gotten to know a lot of them. Who stands out as being some of the great players, just to talk about the game within this league?
Well, LeBron James, I think, does a really nice job for me of answering questions in a very thoughtful manner. You'll see him just take a second to process whatever it is I've asked, and then really try to give the fan at home a sense of what he was thinking in that particular matchup.
That's good to know. That's interesting.
He's a very, as you know, such a cerebral player, and that translates to the postgame.
Matthews passes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Shot off the screen. Bogut. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. Andre Drummond picks one up.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
No luck that time either. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dirk Nowitzki says he can still picture himself as that kid from Würzburg. And to him, it's surreal being listed among the legends atop the NBA scoring charts. Coach Rick Carlisle is less circumspect. He said there's never been a 7-footer who's played his position the way he's played it to his age. And he has a lot of good basketball left in him. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, a game that's built to last. And Dirk Nowitzki, famous, Doris, for his work ethic. We all know that. The front office told a story about a first-round pick, and they don't name names, who swore he'd work out whenever Dirk did and stay even longer. And that lasted about a week.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, Kevin, the Mavs actually try to rein him in, saying, hey, let's work smarter, not harder for you, Dirk. More massages, electric stim, all kinds of new age techniques and products to keep him in peak condition for as long as possible.
And it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
Matthews against Caldwell Pope. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And it's 13 points for Harrison Barnes. Pistons trailed by 11. Jackson dishes to Prez. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Down low, it's stolen by Bogut. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Dishes to Bogut. The 11-footer, and another basket for Dallas.
Marvelous starts the second half, 3 for 3.
The Pistons shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Prez with the screen for Harris. Drummond up top. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. It's good from long range. Jackson's got 11 points.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Outside Williams. Barnes sets a screen for Williams. Barnes against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. And there's the call on Andre Drummond.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
Harris is checked in for Dallas. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Nowitzki's got 19 points.
Brilliant.
No easy buckets now. Hustle up. Well, Dirk is turning in a vintage performance, gentlemen. He is orchestrating their entire offense around those screens. We need our bigs showing hard on the hedge and forcing him back the other way. I want you to commit to shutting him down on the pick and roll. No easy buckets now, all right? We got this.
Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Johnson.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Jackson, and stolen by Nowitzki. Inside, here's Barnes. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
The Mavericks have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. Well, we've seen a lot of players come and go on the NBA, Doris, and for the players that have a great career, what is the common aspect that threads these great players in your mind together?
2 things, talent and work ethic.
Well said.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
He didn't look comfortable going up, but he knew it was a good look, had to take it.
Here's Prez. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Bogut.
Just wasn't very aggressive with the ball. Had a really good look at the basket and blew it.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Wesley Matthews. Now Prez, 12 points for him. They need this. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Dallas foul. Dwight Powell. That's his second personal foul.
Checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Dallas with a change here, too. Measury's checked in. The Pistons shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And it's easy to admire Prez, a gifted player with a tremendous drive to be as good as he can possibly be. And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the NBA allows. Mavericks leading by 18 on the floor for Dallas. Powell is out there with Bogut. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Darren Williams. And it's Barea in at the 1. The feed to Powell. Jackson against Barea. 5 on the clock. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Jackson passes to Caldwell-Pope, and he makes that one. Caldwell-Pope's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Pistons. Feeds to Barea. Caldwell-Pope against Williams. Out to the right wing. Powell dishes to Bogut, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Dallas making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 6 assists here tonight.
I'd say it's been a long time since Dirk lacked for confidence in catch-and-shoot situations. Lights out.
Prez with the bucket.
Boy, he's dialed in. You know, I would keep feeding him the rock while he's hot.
That's leading by 18. Outside Williams. Nowitzki left side. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for J.J. Barea.
I don't know how you couldn't admire the love and passion Nowitzki has for the game. This guy's a terrific teammate who just continues to get it done.
They set the screen. Here's Caldwell-Pope, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Well, Doris, we know so many teams rely on threes and layups. Is the mid-range game still relevant in the league?
It certainly is to a guy like Sean Livingston.
It is indeed.
I mean, that guy specializes in it.
Good example.
Yeah, listen, I like the mid-range. I don't think you can eliminate any of the 3 levels of the game. At the rim, in the mid-range, or at the 3-point territory. To me, it's all important.
I wonder if defenders sometimes, though, feel like that's that gray area where they don't know, should I go out? Play him only deep. I think sometimes that creates a lot of question. That mid-range game can be equally as effective.
Well, you have so many organizations who philosophically will say we only want point-blank layups or threes. And so if you've come or been exposed to that mindset, it sort of messes with you. I just, in the analytics here, I would say I want balance.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Nowitzki a screen. Wing shot on the way. Dallas no good that time either.
Defensive positioning so important, and he could not have played him better there.
Caldwell Pope passes to Prez. Here's Drummond, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, they've played an uneven brand of basketball, but he's scorching the nets.
Free throw good, Drummond. Mavericks leading by 16. Outside Williams. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Williams. That's 29 points for Nowitzki.
Yeah, it does it again. Dirk teaching a class tonight on the art of scoring.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Definitely not pleased.
Well, Dirk is turning in a vintage performance, gentlemen. He's wreaking all kinds of havoc on the perimeter. Do not let him get to the hole. Match his aggression and double team him when he drives to the hoop.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Jackson kicks to Drummond. To the middle. Prez dishes to Jackson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And that one's good. Drummond.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. On the wing, Barnes. Guarded by Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now the fast break. Prez with the ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And how about the skill from Prez down on the block, working hard inside and getting the contact in the process.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. Here's Barnes. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Barnes has got 20 points. Pistons trailed by 17. Harris outside. Prez passes to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. There's the pass to Nowitzki. And stolen by Drummond. Caldwell Pope against Matthews. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Prez. He feeds it to Drummond. Down low. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
His second personal, 13.
Mavericks leading by 14. Williams kicks to Barnes. To the paint. It's stolen by Harris. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Outside Jackson. He kicks to Prez. Pass to Drummond. Nowitzki with the steal. Ball's knocked loose. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And he makes the first. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Williams kicks to Bogut, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
I thought he had it for a second, barely bounced off his fingertips.
And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. Cans it from downtown. Nowitzki's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Dallas.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
They get it back. Drummond, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Mavericks leading by 12. Williams kicks to Matthews. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you think of guys who are 3-and-D wings. Wes Matthews, throughout his career, has been one of the league's best. A prolific shooter and tremendously physical on both ends of the floor.
And Wesley Matthews very capable from long range, but that's not all he does offensively, Doris.
No, Kevin, he's gotten much better attacking the closeout and stepping in to hit that mid-range jumper. He also looks to use his strength, going to work on the low block. Woo, you talk about threading the eye of the needle. He has an uncanny feel for this game.
Here's Barnes.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
That's his 4th.
And he knocks down the first one. Barnes hits them both.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected.
This game is ours. Let's draw it up. Come on. This is it. Do not take your foot off the gas pedal now, gentlemen. They're going to keep riding his hot hand unless we can fix our perimeter D. Do not let him get to the hole. Match his aggression and double team him when he drives to the hoop. Leave it all on the floor. Let's go.
Pistons trailed by 13. Jackson dishes to Prez. Inside. Rejected by Nowitzki.
Just great anticipation from Dirk, playing his cards right on the defensive end, comes through with the rejection.
Scooped up. Bogut. And finished off by Bogut.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. To the inside. It's stolen by Bogut. Barnes kicks to Williams. Back to Barnes. Jackson comes over with the double. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
Poor decision making. You know he wants that one back.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Dirk Nowitzki.
Well, you love that this guy came with the mindset that rim protection would be the job that he was going to do consistently all night. Contesting and blocking shots, such a terrific job.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
A three from Barnes. That one, no good.
Boy, very surprising he clanked that one. Everybody in the building thought that was down.
Second shot opportunity, rejected by Harris. Williams passes to Matthews. And the shot falls short this time. And the Pistons with possession here. To the paint to halt the run. Drummond dishes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Prez. Outside for Jackson. Harris outside. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Andrew, you've been called underrated so often, now it's overrated. What do you think about that?
I don't really care what the media say. I'm overrated, underrated, injury prone. I'm good enough, I'm not good enough, so it doesn't really matter. As long as we keep winning games, I really don't care. I'm not a stats guy, so for all the fantasy players out there, I don't care about fantasy. I'm just trying to win games.
That's going to make a lot of fantasy people very disappointed, but I suspect you don't care. Congratulations, Andrew. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.